For example, I once took a tour of Pingyao in Shanxi province, and there the guide, I don't think she spoke any English and we didn't speak it, so she just had a stick like this and she led us in silence right through the city. That was the tour. Nothing more. So you don't need to talk in order to give a tour. And, well, this is a kind of tour. This torch went on. If not the torch, the flame itself. The torch relay is a sort of tour, no? The flame travelled all the way from Greece to Shanghai and then on to Beijing. This is a tour. And I find it's an interesting tour and quite a difficult one. I'm going to have to ask some of you to help me here. We do a little demonstration. We make our own torch relay. So, can I have a few of you to be the torch bearers? It's a big honour. It's a big honour. You know, not everybody gets to be torch bearer. And you can be Beijing. You get two. You're at the Bird's Nest Stadium, and you can be Greece. And so, with the flame, you have to be careful. Not like this, like this. So the flame burns up, and then pass it on. Right. So I'm going to light you here. So here's Greece. Opening ceremony. And here goes the flame. Okay, and they're running, and they're travelling. The flame, get it inside there. Okay, and the flame's travelling around the world, and okay, so and it's up at the top of the Himalayas, and and now it's arriving in Shanghai. Lots of crowds, lots of cheering, and finally on to Beijing, and hey! That's how it works when it works perfectly. Great. It's also a motorized tour, but not for buses, of cars. Yes. But it's not of Lamborghini, neither of McLaren here, but it's one of their competitors, Porsche. Yes. Porsche, the German brand, they have a museum in Shanghai, and it's a real pain to get to. It's right out in the suburbs, and you have to take the subway a long time, and then the bus, and then walk. It's really not designed for people who haven't already got a car. You basically should drive there. But it took ages, and I found it. And the place is a beautiful white cube. It's a very modern building. And on the top floor is the museum. On the ground floor is the showroom where they sell the cars. The museum, they have lots of old Porsche and some more modern ones, all from 20th century. And, well, what's curious about it was there is an audio guide you can take, and the audio guide has been recorded by an actor who sounds as if he does the trailers for Hollywood action movies. You know, where everything is just a little bit too dramatic. So it's as if he's saying, in 1959, Ferry Porsche inherited the family business and was under pressure to innovate and design a new car. With the Porsche 911, he did exactly that. Fuel injection of 4 liters, and it goes on and on like this. Everything's like a big, big story. And it gets very tiring after 1 hour of listening to this sort of voice. You normally listen for 2 minutes, and it's already enough. But the people there's quite a good number of people who go on this tour of the Porsche. Compared to the Confucius Temple, much, much more, which tells you something, I suppose. And understandably, I think, it's mostly men. Yeah, not so many women go to the Porsche Museum. It's really a kind of boys too. What's interesting is their gift shop downstairs is the showroom, and they use the museum as a way to educate people about the brand, so that people understand it's not the Porsche car is not just a piece of metal, but a piece of heritage with a story to it. And oh, there goes city sightseeing. Let's wave. Too inside the audio tour, too much in Kenny G land to notice. So it's very exciting the way they've managed to lift this car into being a piece of heritage through having this museum, which of course is a way to push up the price of the car. And they also have another very smart marketing idea. Whoa, what's this? So a way to get attention. I believe that's a Lamborghini. When you sit behind them, you do get a special feeling, and that was something very good about the museum as well, because you actually get to sit behind the wheel of one of those cars and get your photo taken. You can see. And I'm not somebody who really likes cars, but the moment you sit me behind the wheel of a fast, expensive Porsche like that, suddenly there's this big smile on the face, like, whoa, yeah, great. Very good piece of advertising, because think about it, everybody gets their photo taken, they all put it on their WeChat, and then it's advertising around the whole country like this. Those Germans know what they're doing when it comes to marketing like that. This tour was really a whole tour in order to promote the brand in terms of their sales strategy, and a very good one as well at that. Okay, let's get back into Xintiandi now. They have some photographs of the different people who lived in the house, and well, the two guides showed us around. Actually, it's a very funny thing to have a tour with two guides, not one. Usually, two guides is one guide too many. If you've ever, been in a kitchen with two chefs, it doesn't work so well. Or if you're in a car with two drivers, one wants to go this way, the other go that way. It's the same having two guides on a tour. But here, what happened was each of the guides was waiting for the other one to start. So they were both, no, you do it. No, you do it. You tell them. No, it's okay. You go first. So it was a little bit funny, this kind of waiting for each other. And so we had a look at the photographs of the owners of the place, and as soon as I saw them, I got out my phone like this, and I got it all kind of nice and straight, and here we go, got a picture like this. So this is the owners of the location here, I was told, on their wedding day. And the moment I took the picture, they looked at me like I had made a big mistake. I had taken a photograph of people who had passed away. Like, I was not aware that this was a superstition. Like, there's some bad things in this picture, they could come and get me, or something like this. But they said, oh, you should not have done that. That was a mistake to take a photograph of dead people. And, well, I'm a Westerner, so I figured, if it's going to get me, it's going to get me. If not, it's not. So I carried on taking more photographs. And here's one of the children, because we went upstairs and we saw where the children live. And there was a boys' room, a girls' room, the parents' room, and it was curious that in the furniture in here, there was all very good. And I asked them, is this a kind of typical life of people? They seem quite wealthy. And they said, well, actually, the furniture is not only from this house. When we were redeveloping the area, we had a lot of houses, and we took the furniture from a lot of them and made a selection and chose the best. So this is the best from here, the best of this. And then I said, but okay, but there's no, why is everything so clean? When you go into somebody's house, there's usually boxes and mess and everything, no? In my house anyway. And they said, yeah, don't worry about that. And then I asked them, but these children, these pictures, in the boys' room, it was pictures of the boy, pictures of the boy, pictures of the boy on the table, on the walls, on the other walls, everywhere. The boy must have been very narcissistic. He wanted to see pictures of himself everywhere. I thought, this is strange, no? Boys, no, not like that. Even the girl was like that. And then I started to think, well, if they took the furniture from different houses, maybe they also took the boy from another house, and they took the girl from another house, and this was never a family at all. But it was, they were taking the whole family and putting it together from lots of different places in order to tell the story. And I was telling them, but surely this can't be true, and surely this is, and they said, it's just a museum. It's just a museum. I guess I was looking for a level of reality which they weren't looking to present there. It is finally a representation of a Shukuman building, not a real one. Let's carry on.